Hi guys, this is lesson 5.7. Your learning target is I can rename fractions as decimals and use rounding to interpret the remainder using a calculator. I'm going to disappoint you just a little tiny bit, and we're not going to really use a calculator a whole lot in class, but it is always an option. So when you have 1/3 and you want to figure out what the decimal is, and remember, a decimal and a percent are pretty much the same thing, just the symbol that changes. So a decimal has a period in front of it, the percent has the percent symbol behind it. But how we solve that is you read the fraction out loud. 1 divided by 3. So I would take 1 and I would divide it by 3. And because 3 is larger than 1, I'm going to have to add a decimal and a 0 because I know my answer is going to be less than 1 whole. So now 3 can go into 10 3 times, and 3 times 3 is 9. I'm going to subtract 1, and I'm going to add a 0 again. 3 into 10, again, is 3 times, 9, 1, add a 0. And what I can tell is that this is just going to keep repeating itself. So when you have this type of pattern, all you do is you add the repeating symbol, which is just a straight line above the number in the hundredths place. And what that tells us is that number in the hundredths place is going to repeat itself over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So what we know is that the decimal for 0.33 would be, or for 1/3 would be 0.33, and the percent for 1/3 would be 33%. Okay, so if we do it for 1/12, I would say 1 divided by 12, add the decimal, add the 0. Well, 12 is still larger than 10, so I would say it fits 0 times, and I would add another 0. So now I would look, and you could use your planner, page 133, at 12 and figure out how many times can 12 go into 100 without going over. Well, that would be 8 times, which is 96, and I'd subtract and get 4, and I'd add a 0. 12 can go into 40 3 times, which is 36, and now it's just going to start repeating itself. So I'd have 0.083 repeating. So my decimal would be 0.083. And if we were going to use rounding rules, I would turn this into 0.08, which equals 8%. I want you to try these two for homework. Remember, the top number goes inside the box, add a decimal, and then add a 0, and just divide like you know how to divide. Your third homework question is, what is your favorite holiday? You can explain why, or you can just write it down. And it can include your birthday, but you have to only choose one. Okay? Have a good night, guys.